Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Porcelain Piggy and today we're going back to Little Tokyo. Today we're going to be doing a lot of self-care things, starting with a sound bath at the Japanese American Cultural and Community Center, followed by some kaiju hunting and just visiting some of my favorite shops in Little Tokyo. And first things first, it was checking in. I arrived at 10:30 and shortly after, we found our way down to the first floor. That was like the garden area and we began to get ready. It was recommended to bring your own yoga mat and I did bring my own, but if you didn't have one or needed a blanket, they were up for rent as well. There was also free water available and you received a little lavender bag and an eye mask. The session was guided by Iris Esmeralda, who was a mental health therapist turned holistic practitioner. The session lasted 1 hour and then we went to the garden lounge to go ahead and get a delicious treat. One of the things that caught my attention in this room was this didactic panel describing the drawings on the wall. The drawings were a replica of the 12th century Choju Giga, one of the oldest work of manga that showed political satire through animal caricatures. And with that, it was time to make some choices. I decided with a ceremonial grade matcha latte that was handcrafted by Chef Perry Lau. He was very kind by explaining to us how to use the matcha and the ratios necessary to make this latte. And now with our delicious drink, we have went ahead and explored the garden of the clear stream. It's so crazy to see such a peaceful location in the middle of busy downtown LA, mostly after everything that's been going on. I feel it's so important to always connect and honor the communities that build these spaces that we all enjoy. And I highly encourage you to participate in these kinds of community centers and community-led events. So I recommend that you follow their Instagram because summer just started and a lot of cool events are coming our way. When I made my way back to the lobby, I noticed that they had a small exhibit called Dream Within a Dream. The exhibit was completely free, open to donations, and it featured 31 works from young artists from all over Japan. But alongside their art, we had this huge prints by Fred Ladd. They were literally from floor to ceiling. So apparently it was also an exhibition that featured a special tribute to him where you could sit down and watch an episode of Gigantor and then kind of get a sneaky peeky into the memorabilia that he collected that was provided to the JACCC by his children. And when it comes to student artwork, I think I found my favorite and it was Kanataro, I believe, and the title of this piece was Happy Days. I just featured a bunch of beautiful little otters like living their best lives. I really wish that they had like prints of these artworks because there were some that I would love to have like a copy of. And with that, it was time to wrap it up and head to the streets of Little Tokyo. We passed by the One Piece Cafe but made our way down to Book Off. Honestly, I was holding my breath because the last time I was here, they didn't have that much stuff that I was looking for. But this time, they were filled to the rim with all kinds of cool items. So if you've been holding off on your trip to Little Tokyo or to visit your nearest Book Off, I say go now because I think like all the decluttering that was happening in January, like in Japan, it finally trickled its way down to the Book Offs here in LA because we have so many great pieces. And yes, the prices are not super duper cheap, but they're pretty fair-ish. Mostly when you take into account that you have the figure right then and there and you don't have to pay for shipping or wait for it to arrive. There were so many things to choose from. I did pick up 2 items and you can see that at the end of the video. Right now, we're going into Monkey Pants because I saw on their Instagram that they had the new Colors Manchichi collection and I'm looking for the black, white, and bright pink. I just really hope the prices are not ridiculous. They really didn't seem to have it in the Manchichi corner, so I looked into the keychains, but the first thing I spotted was a chow. It was actually a really good price. It was just $16. But I'll hold off because I'm gonna be looking around. Then I finally found them, but they were so overpriced. I was like, forget it, I am not getting those guys. I'm gonna go instead to the Gashapon store and see if they have any new Tamagotchi items. I only had the same one that I had seen before and that I picked up in the past as well. So I decided to check the one next door. They have a new kawaii one, and the prices of tokens have gone up, guys, so they're no longer $2, they are 3, and unfortunately the kawaii one was closed. But luckily the Sega pop-up shop was still there, and since I had made the decision of not picking up that Chao from Monkey Pants, I was hoping that maybe they had some exclusive Chao items that I just couldn't pass here. But among all the acrylic stands, folders, and plushies, there was not a single Chao. They had all these amazing Japan exclusive items from Sonic, but not even like a tiny little plushie. I really was expecting to see the one that Monkey Pants had in this pop-up shop, but they didn't. That's okay, that's okay. If we're still thinking about it, by the time it's time to go home, we'll stop by and pick it up. So for now, let's just explore the rest of the shop and take it all in. To be honest, I did feel like I was out of my element because there were some items I didn't recognize. Like I know Hatsune Miku, but who are all these other people? I don't know them. So with that, I stepped out and went to the jungle. As you come in, you're greeted by this beautiful Dark Magician. And yes, to the left of the store, they have like a bunch of Gunpla items, but we're not going there today, guys. I'm just here for the finger puppets and all the kaijus in the back. One of the things that I learned here was the fact that not to get intimidated if it's behind the glass. Even if it's back there, sometimes the prices of the items will be even less than the ones that are out here on the floor. So never overlook them. Just look closely. Take your time, because you might find that one treasure you've been looking for at a pretty good price. And with my treasures in hand, I headed off to the register where I always check the sales section because now and then you'll find some really good stuff in there as well. I'm kind of kicking myself for not giving myself enough time to dig at the 3 for 10 bin, but I was so hungry so I had to check out. I headed over to Yamazaki, got a delicious kuriman, and then kept on going. We quickly made our way to Ginza Ginza, where they sell a lot of Japanese records, CDs, cassettes, and paper goods. So if you're looking for anything in particular, they may have it there. They also have a little bin where you can dig and always pay your respects to the spinning Godzilla. From there, we made our way to Fugetsudo to get some treats for later. This is a must go. Every time we stop by Little Tokyo, I always need to bring some of these home. And luckily, Monster Patrol is just next door, so we get to hit up another kaiju shop. Monster Patrol carries both vintage and modern, like designer toys. So if you're looking for some specific kaijus, they might have the ones that are newly produced, and they may also be carrying some of the vintage ones that you may be looking for. I love coming here. They always have such a beautiful setup to their shop. It's really pleasing to the eye, and there's something in everybody's budget. And if it's not in your budget, but you feel like treating yourself, this is the perfect place to treat yourself. Because I have 2 pieces in my collection that are directly from Monster Patrol, and I love them so much. Every time I see them, they bring me so much joy. So treat yourself and don't hold back, because guess what? Maybe next time they won't be there and you'll be kicking yourself. Like I am right now, because I came here looking for one specific kaiju from a collection that I got earlier on, but they don't have them anymore. And I'm so bummed out. But then again, it's been a while since I've been here, so it makes sense that it's gone. But I did end up picking up one of these. They are from a mystery grab bag, like gacha, so we'll see what we got once we get home. So let's go ahead and pay for it, and then we're gonna head on home and unbox everything we got today. And now we're back home, and we're gonna start with the Monster Patrol item. And as soon as you get it, it is a little gacha ball, and inside it has a little designer figure from Maru-san Toys. Next, it is the one I got from Jungle, which is a set of Ultraman mini clips. They are so cute and they're so itty bitty. I can't wait to use them as accessories and just to kind of decorate and accessorize my outfits. I also noticed that they had some like information about Godzilla Fest that's happening in San Francisco. So if you're interested, here it is. Next, we have our little goodies from Boca. I scored this super cute Messenger Z finger puppet. I love all the detail and just like the redesign that's so simplistic and nice and crunchy and small. And I also got a miniature Gamera. This is gonna be a nice accessory for my Barbie's background because I want her to be a kaiju collector just like me. And I did go back to Monkey Pants. This was a total story. I went back. The one that we saw in the beginning of the video was completely sold out. So this one is the window display one. So thank you Monkey Pants for selling this to me. And thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.